Intramuscular injections are a very common medical procedure. They are used to deliver vaccines, medications like antibiotics, and other important treatments directly into the muscle tissue. The muscle has a rich blood supply, which allows the medication to be absorbed into the bloodstream steadily and effectively. For many years, the upper outer quadrant of the buttocks, known as the dorsogluteal site, was the most frequently used location for these shots. However, medical understanding has evolved significantly, and we now have better, safer options available to us, which is a crucial development for patient well-being and overall health outcomes. The reason for this shift in medical practice is all about patient safety. The older, more traditional dorsogluteal site is very close to the large sciatic nerve. If an injection is given incorrectly in this area, there is a real risk of hitting and damaging this nerve. Such an injury can lead to significant pain, numbness, weakness, or even long-term problems with walking and leg function. It's a serious complication that we, as healthcare providers, must always strive to prevent. This potential for harm has led experts to strongly recommend alternative sites that are far removed from major nerves and blood vessels, ensuring a much higher margin of safety for every single patient. This is why the ventrogluteal site has become the gold standard for many healthcare professionals. Located on the side of the hip, this site offers a thick, well-developed gluteus medius muscle that is ideal for absorbing medication. More importantly, it is free from major nerves and large blood vessels, drastically reducing the risk of accidental injury. Choosing the ventrogluteal site is not just about a different location. It's about making a conscious choice for a safer, more reliable, and more comfortable patient experience. It represents a commitment to using the best evidence-based practices in modern medicine. Ultimately, mastering the correct technique for any medical procedure is fundamental. For intramuscular injections, this means knowing precisely where to administer the medication to maximize its benefit while minimizing any potential for harm. The ventrogluteal method provides a superior option that aligns with the core medical principle of first, do no harm. By understanding and using this technique, we can ensure that a routine procedure remains just that, routine and safe. It empowers both the provider and the patient, creating confidence that the treatment is being delivered in the best way possible for their health and safety. Finding the correct ventrogluteal site is a process of using your own hand as a guide to locate specific bony landmarks on the person's hip. This method is reliable for adults of all shapes and sizes. To begin, have the person lie on their side. If you are giving the injection into their right hip, you will use your left hand. If you are giving the injection into their left hip, you will use your right hand. This opposite hand technique is essential for correct placement and ensures you are using the anatomical markers properly to find the safest injection spot away from any underlying structures. Once the person is positioned correctly and you are using the proper hand, place the heel of your hand on the greater trochanter. This is the bony knob you can feel on the side of the hip where the leg bone, the femur, juts out. Your hand should be firm against this bone, as it is the foundational anchor for finding the site. Point your fingers up toward the person's head. This alignment is the first critical step in creating the V shape that will define the injection area, ensuring your hand is oriented correctly along the axis of the person's body. Next, you will need to locate two other bony points. Point your index finger toward the anterior superior iliac spine, which is the prominent bony point at the front of the hip bone, often called the front of the hip. Then, spread your middle finger back along the iliac crest, which is the curved top border of the hip bone, as far as you can. You are essentially creating a V shape with your index finger and middle finger. This V is the target zone, and it is a very specific and reliable map to the correct muscle. The safe injection site is located right in the center of the V that you have formed with your fingers. This area positions the needle directly over the gluteus medius muscle, which is thick and capable of handling the medication. It is a precise location, far from the sciatic nerve and major blood vessels that are a concern with other sites. Before proceeding, it's always a good practice to double-check your landmarks, heel on the greater trochanter, index finger on the anterior spine, and middle finger along the crest, to be absolutely certain of your placement. Before you even think about giving the injection, the first step is to gather all of your necessary supplies. Having everything ready and within reach prevents delays and reduces the risk of contamination. You will need the correct medication in its vial or ampule, a sterile syringe of the appropriate size, and a sterile needle of the correct length and gauge for an intramuscular injection, typically 1 to 1.5 inches long. You will also need alcohol swabs to clean the skin, a pair of clean disposable gloves to protect both you and the patient, and a sharps container for safely disposing of the used needle afterward. Once you have all your materials, proper hand hygiene is the next critical step. You must wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. This action removes germs and prevents the transfer of microorganisms to the patient's skin or your sterile equipment. After cleaning your hands, put on your disposable gloves. This creates a protective barrier, further ensuring that the procedure remains as clean and safe as possible for everyone involved. Never skip this step. It is a cornerstone of infection control in any medical setting. Now it is time to prepare the medication. If the medication is in a vial with a rubber stopper, wipe the top of the stopper with a new alcohol swab and let it air dry. Draw the correct dose of medication into the syringe. Be careful to remove any large air bubbles by tapping the syringe and gently pushing the plunger until a tiny bead of liquid appears at the needle tip. This ensures the patient receives the exact dose prescribed. If you are using a new needle for the injection than the one you used to draw up the medication, you may change it now to ensure it is as sharp as possible. With the medication prepared, you can now clean the patient's skin. Identify the ventrogluteal site again using the landmarking technique. Once you are confident in the location, take a fresh alcohol swab and clean the skin at the center of the V. Use a firm circular motion, starting from the center and moving outward in an expanding circle of about 2 inches. Allow the alcohol to dry completely on its own. Do not wave your hand over it or blow on it, as this can reintroduce germs onto the clean area. This simple cleaning step is vital for preventing skin bacteria from entering the injection site. With the site prepared and the syringe ready, it is time to administer the injection. Hold the syringe like a dart, between your thumb and forefinger. With your other hand, you can gently stretch the skin taut over the injection site. This can help to make the skin firmer and may reduce the sensation of the needle piercing the skin. Position the needle at a 90-degree angle to the skin, directly in the center of the V you identified earlier. A quick, decisive motion is key here. Hesitate, and the process can be more painful for the person receiving the shot. In a swift, smooth motion, insert the needle all the way into the muscle. The 90-degree angle ensures that the needle reaches the deep muscle tissue where the medication is intended to go. Once the needle is fully inserted, hold the syringe barrel steady with your non-dominant hand. Use your dominant hand to slowly and steadily push the plunger down. Inject the medication at a consistent rate. About 1 milliliter every 10 seconds is a good guideline. This slow injection minimizes pain and allows the muscle tissue to accommodate the fluid without unnecessary trauma. After all the medication has been delivered, wait for a brief moment before withdrawing the needle. Then, pull the needle out quickly at the same 90-degree angle you inserted it. Immediately activate the needle's safety feature, if it has one, and place the entire syringe and needle directly into your designated sharps container. Do not ever attempt to recap the needle, as this is a common cause of accidental needle stick injuries. Apply gentle pressure to the injection site with a clean cotton ball or gauze, but avoid massaging the area, as this can cause the medication to leak back out or lead to irritation. Finally, the procedure is not complete until you have cleaned up and provided reassurance. A small bandage may be applied to the site if there is any minor bleeding. Remove your gloves and wash your hands again thoroughly. Remember to comfort the patient and observe them for a few moments for any immediate adverse reactions. Proper technique is about safety and confidence. Always follow established safety protocols, and if you ever feel unsure or have questions, do not hesitate to consult a qualified nurse, doctor, or another healthcare professional. Your priority is always the well-being of the patient.